welcome to the wedding of two very special people, Kate and Sam. So here in this truly significant moment, we find ourselves amongst the gorgeous surrounds of Sales Resort in Port Macquarie, ready to celebrate such a beautiful occasion and witness Kate and Sam become husband and wife. And if I may say, Kate, you look absolutely stunning, beautiful. And your groom is very handsome too. Very. Thank you. And it would be remiss of me not to mention their equally elegant bridal party supporting them here today. Ellie, Anne-Marie, Harry, not to mention the cutest of little people, Willow, Tia and Cindy. And to you, the family and friends, especially those who have travelled from afar, Kate and Sam are delighted that you are able to share in this wonderful and magical moment with them. And can't thank you enough for being here. So I'd like to ask you all to put your hands together and show some love for the people about to be married today, Kate and Sam. Thank you. So I'd just briefly like to introduce myself. My name is Julie Ash and I will be officiating today's celebration. I'd also like to announce that I'm duly authorised by law to solemnise marriage according to law, which gives me the honour of being able to marry Kate and Sam today. I would like to acknowledge those who can't be with us today, to those close to Kate and Sam who have passed, in particular Kate's grandmother, Nanny Ruth, who was recently reunited with her husband George and son Dennis. We know they are looking over you both with love on your wedding day. Now before we go any further, I have something very important to ask of Warwick, who has had the honour of bringing Kate down the aisle today. Would you mind just standing for one moment? Just like to ask you if you are happy to give your blessings for Kate to be married to Sam today, please. You do? Thank you. We're very glad you said that. Thank you. You may sit now. Thank you. All right. Well, with that response, we can now proceed. Ladies and gentlemen, don't you just love a wedding? You have two people standing up here a tad nervous and excited at the same time and about to make a lifelong commitment to each other. But a wedding is not about the time and effort spent in preparing for the day, but it's for what it represents. It is the only time that a couple will gather those closest to them to publicly declare the feelings they have for one another through words of love and devotion. And this is normally where the celebrant will impart their wonderful knowledge of marriage and explain to the couple the importance of the commitment they are about to make. But that's not my form really. And so instead, I'd like to share with you all something special. By that I mean it wouldn't be a wedding without a love story. So before we make it official, why don't we fall in love with these two a little bit more by hearing about that passage of time to date. As a celebrant, it's always exciting for me to hear how two people first met. Their tales are always varied and totally unique to them. So who would have thought that meeting at a mutual friend's barbecue would lead to this very moment? Of course, it was an unexplainable feeling of fate when it did happen, as they were instantly attracted to each other. And the more time they spent with each other, the more a connection began to develop. This was different to anything else they had both experienced before. It was as though the pieces of the puzzle were falling into place. For Sam, he just loved the way Kate could make him laugh, but also admired that she came with great drive and determination. The icing on the cake was her stunning looks, and as you can see, she is aesthetically gifted. For Kate, well, she got lost in Sam's big brown eyes, hence why she had no chance. But she also admired that he had a very kind heart, and both these ingredients would prove to be a winning combination, and there was no turning back. On a serious note though, isn't it just the best feeling when you realise the search is over? You have someone next to you that makes the world feel right. And the memories they have created together as a couple reflects a genuine desire to create a wonderful environment in which to grow as individuals and as a couple. But how could they not end up together? As when you look at their couple's scoreboard, it's not hard to see why they make a great team. There is a connection that has continued to grow and thrive, and as they have come so far since the early days and achieved so very much. And there is no greater joy for a couple than to have a family, a token of love between two people. So with their three beautiful children, Willow, Albie and little Jersey, they have developed a warm and loving household in which everyone feels safe and loved. And on top of that, have a life of them ahead of them in which to share all their amazing experiences with. Being here today is certainly all about unity. In saying that, like every couple, Kate and Sam have learned to appreciate what makes them different and unique. For example, the fact that Sam drives Kate totally nuts when he leaves the lights on by no means detracts from what he contributes to the family in other ways. And although Sam considers Kate continuously nags him about the lights, he can't help but think what she has brought into his life at other times. Of course, when you realise there's just one important thing left to do, you put the wheels into motion and make it official. So when Sam decided to propose the day before Kate's 25th birthday, he had every base covered. And with the help of a couple of accomplices, namely Willow and Albie, he proposed in private at home, with Albie presenting Kate with the ring. Well, her heart completely melted, of course, and she gave the family they were all anxiously waiting for. And here we are today. Well, how about that, ladies and gentlemen? What a seriously amazing couple. With that being said, we can now move on to the more official part of the ceremony and get these two married. Put your hands together again if you agree with me. Thank you. So Kate and Sam, being here today is your commitment to sharing a new path in life. With that, I'd like to ask you both about your commitment to marriage. Before you are joined in marriage, in my presence and in the presence of your witnesses, I must remind you of the solemn and binding nature of the relationship in which you are now about to enter. Marriage, according to law, is the union of two people to the exclusion of all others voluntarily entered into for life. And just to give you my own interpretation of the said legal wording, you're about to embark on one of the greatest journeys that two people can share together in a lifetime. So be kind, have fun, take care of one another, and don't forget to always hold hands. So I'd like to ask now, Sam, on this day, do you take Kate to be your lawful wedded wife? Do you promise to treat her with care and compassion as your best friend and equal? Do you promise to always be honest and understanding, protective and supportive from this day forward as a married couple?
I do.
Thank you. Kate. On this day, you take Sam to be your lawful wedded husband. Do you promise to treat him with care and compassion as your best friend and equal? Do you promise to always be understanding, honest, protective and supportive from this day forward as a married couple?
I do.
Thank you. So we've now come to the part of the ceremony where Kate and Sam will confirm to each other their wedding vows. These are a beautiful moment for a couple to reflect on and share their innermost feelings for each other using words that have been especially chosen for the day. And I'm just going to ask Sam to repeat the legal wording after me first off.
I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, Samuel John Hamilton, take you, Catherine Linda Tina, to be my lawful wedded wife. As we begin our married life, I make this commitment to share my life with you. I'll always be there for you as your partner, lover, friend, as we embrace the experiences of life together. Kate, I know my love for you will continue to grow and that we will enjoy our lives together.
Careful. Careful.
Strong.
I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, Catherine Linda Tina, take you, Samuel John Hamilton, to be my lawful wedded husband. As we begin our married life, I make this commitment to share my life with you. I will always be there for you as a partner, lover and friend as we embrace the experiences of life together. Sam, I know my love for you will continue to grow and that we will enjoy our lives together.
So Kate and Sam have just exchanged their beautiful words to each other. The hands they have been holding throughout the ceremony will soon bear rings as a symbol of their love and commitment. Kate and Sam, may the rings you're about to gift each other be a constant reminder of the love that you share with another person who truly adores you in every way. So, yes, I'd now like to invite our ring bearer, Albie, to please come forward with the rings. Oh, beautiful. Put it on my book. That's a boy.
He's off, he's done his job.
Kate, I give you this ring as a symbol of my promise to always love, honour and respect you, reminding you always of the commitment we made to each other on this day.
Sam, I give you this ring as a symbol of my promise to always love, honour and respect you, reminding you always of the commitment we make to each other on this day.
Kate and Sam have agreed to wear these rings as a symbol of their love and commitment in front of family and friends as witnesses. In the wearing of these rings, they can now proudly and publicly acknowledge their union for all to see. And may you both wear your rings with great pride. Well, this brings us to the moment we've all been waiting for. Yes, it's that kiss, of course. Kate and Sam, you have arrived here today with love in your hearts for each other. The past has led you to this point, and the future is yours to create together. Therefore, it is with great honour and my complete delight that I now pronounce you both to be husband and wife, and you may kiss your beautiful bride, Sam. Thank you. We're just going to take a short pause to sign the register, and we will return to conclude the ceremony. So please enjoy the music that Kate and Sam have chosen for you. And due to COVID restrictions, we have to ask you to remain seated just while we do conduct this signing. But we will be back very shortly. Thank you. Our two witnesses, Harry and